Okay. We are recording? Yeah. Okay. So thanks for everyone for hopping on. So we're just gonna kind of talk about like what we actually do as coaches and some of the opportunities and things, and then kind of next steps and what it really takes. So first we're gonna start with some introductions. So basically, I'm Heather. I currently work a full-time job, technically two, but it's cool. I'm a full-time student, but I'm also like a recent grad. I just finished up in April, but majority of my coaching career, I was a full-time student, so I like to put that in there. I'm a cat mom to Mustard. If you follow me on Instagram, you absolutely know who Mustard is. And I consider myself pretty great at taking pictures because I do that quite often. So off to Kira.
Okay, so I just want to disclaimer quickly, I am a note person, so I have a whole book of things that I want to touch on or I will ramble. So, hey everyone, my name is Kira. I am 27 years old. I work full-time as a massage therapist. My partner Adam and I have been together for 10 years. Yes, 10 years, it's crazy. So we have a 2-year-old dog. So his name is Maverick. He is crazy. You may see him or hear him at some point during this call. And we love anything to do with being outdoors, whether that be hiking, camping, canoeing, portaging, traveling, you name it, and we're game. I just want to talk a little bit about my story and kind of how I got started as a coach, if that's okay. So, growing up, I was always a super active person. I played sports, so I played volleyball, I ran cross country, I did track and field. And then as I got older, I started to put on weight. So, some of you may know, I actually was recently diagnosed about 6 months ago with celiac disease. So, that was kind of the whole piece into kind of my health. So that just means that basically my body can't digest or have gluten. So I was always bloated, super low on energy, and just felt like crap all the time. I went to the gym and would spend hours there and was seeing absolutely no results. And I was super frustrated and really defeated. Um, and I knew that being a massage therapist, I needed to be healthy and active and keep my body moving, and I just didn't know what to do or where to go with that. So I was actually messaged by my now coach on Instagram. I was just randomly following her, and she messaged me saying, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? It's this much for the package, and it's 30-day money back guarantee. Do you want to join me? And I basically was like, what the heck? Okay. So here I am 10 months later. So I've now been coaching for 10 months. So that's kind of all I have to say. On to Rachel.
I have 12 pineapples.
Change the slide, Heather. That's okay.
I wasn't listening.
That's okay. So my name is Rachel. I am a wife to an amazing husband. We've been married, it'll be 10 years in August. I'm a mom to 3 beautiful children, a 12-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 4-year-old, which is crazy. I work full-time for the federal government. My husband works opposite shifts than I do, so life is busy most days. It's an understatement. Obviously, I spend a lot of time taking pictures. It's kind of a perk to being a coach. We get to learn how to take selfies, really good selfies of ourselves and make ourselves look good. So a little bit of a background story on mine. You can hear the kids in the background. I've been a coach since February of 2017, so just a little over 3 years. And I joined when I started. Our youngest was 10 months old. I wasn't sleeping. I needed something to bring life back to me because I had fallen into that just being a mom and needed something for me and myself and to bring that passion back into my life. And I was dreading going back to work full time and missing out on some of those things that we miss out on with our children. So I'm currently working towards being able to quit my full-time job and be able to make this coaching gig a full-time thing so I can be there for my kids every single day and not miss out on all of that stuff that comes along with being a mom. So yeah.
Yay. Oh my God. Okay. I feel like an asshole because I totally forgot to share my story. So I guess I can kind of quickly do that. So I started coaching in July last year, but I started these programs back in May. I was just really super unhappy with myself and I kind of let myself go. In college, of course, it definitely puts on some pounds. I didn't believe I'd gain the freshman 15, but I did. But I was like super anxious and had really bad anxiety. And I just knew that I needed to make a change. And I joined coaching to help actually keep myself more accountable. And it absolutely does that because there's some days like right now that I'm working, that it would be so much easier to just not show up for myself, but I kind of feel like obligated to because I have so many girls relying on me to show up for them. So that's kind of just like what coaching has done for me a bit. But I don't know, my story's not that great. I'm just a basic teenage girl. So now I'm going to talk about what coaching actually is. So I always like to say we're health and wellness coaches because technically we're not fitness coaches. We do not create any of these workouts or meal plans. We're not personal trainers. We're here to show you that we can do it and you can do it. These programs are designed for busy people, and so is coaching. Like, I mean, we all work full-time jobs. We're all, well, not all of us, but a lot of us are students. We have families, we have social lives. Not right now, we don't, but we usually do. We're just like you guys. Actually, I think coaches are probably a lot busier people than the average person because we have added this to our lives, and some of us spend 4 to 5 hours a day on this. So I would say that we're busier people. But basically, we're here to show you that anything is possible, that you can reach your goals. We're here to support you, keep you motivated, and just bring something new to your life. I've recently kind of learned that people aren't always just joining this to get fit. I have people on my team that are here for a weight gain journey. I have people on my team that are here to just better themselves, and people that really do just want to help others. Most of the girls on our team personally aren't here for money. And I always say that if you're in coaching to make an income, you're going to quit coaching because you're not going to see the results. And that's personally not why you should be here. So coaching, I don't know. Do you guys have anything you want to add? I feel like I'm kind of stuck.
So coaching for everybody means something a little bit different. And like Heather said, most of us that get started with coaching, we don't get started for the money aspect of it. And it's a great perk, obviously, but most of us get started because we felt the change in ourselves and we realize how great we feel, and we want to share that with everybody else so that everybody else can feel amazing, because why wouldn't you want to feel amazing?
Yeah, definitely. And like, I personally did start for the income, and I saw the income right away, and some people don't. But then I didn't. It was gone. I said, this came easy to me, and I stopped doing the essential habits, which we'll go over a little later, of what it takes to be a coach. And people don't care if you're not going to show up. But if you're willing to actually put in the work, then the money is there. But don't do this because you want the money. get a full-time job. I gotta switch.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the community and the opportunity of coaching. So I wrote something out, so I am going to read directly from my book because I wrote it so nicely and I don't want to mess it up. So I first want to talk about our community. So our team as a whole has done an amazing job at creating a fully supportive, non-judgmental group of people who are always cheering each other on no matter what. So whether that's a small goal such as drinking your proper amount of water that day, or hitting a rank advancement, having a baby, anything like that. We celebrate the big and the small. We celebrate the health and the fitness goals. We also celebrate personal stuff. So if you have a personal success or struggles and troubles, that's fully celebrated and supported as well. And I can honestly tell you, I have never been a part of something like this in my entire life. And I can't imagine my life without it. So, example of that, every morning, about 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we have an open Zoom room, and that is fully accessible to any of our coaches, any of our challengers. And it's amazing when I get up in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do my workout. I'm lazy. I want to stay in bed for hours. And I literally will turn on my computer and there's at least 10 other people on there, all working out, all working on themselves. And that just gives me that extra push and that motivation to go, all right, I'm not going to be a lazy piece of poop and I'll actually get up and do my workout this morning. So the community that we have created as a team is phenomenal and it's constantly growing. And I honestly can't believe how fast it's growing and it's so exciting. So now kind of into that coaching opportunity. So what do you get when you start as a coach? So everyone who signs up starts with a challenge pack. So in that challenge pack, you will have access to all of our workouts. So there's 60 plus different fitness programs of all different levels and types. So we have everything from yoga, cardio, MMA, weights, dance, strength training, you name it, we probably have it. And then with those workouts, you also get nutrition guides, recipes, grocery lists, all of the good stuff, calendars, anything else you can possibly imagine. And if nutrition is something that you really need to focus on, we also have extra programs to help with that. And there's always new programs coming out. And then the other thing you get with your challenge pack or your completion pack, and again, we'll talk about those a little bit more in depth later. For the first month free, you get either our superfood shakes or our performance line. So we make sure that when you sign up, you are signed up with everything you need to move forward with your journey, mentally and physically. And then bonuses that are added with that is you will have access to our challenge groups. So you can utilize these yourself to keep yourself accountable. If you are coaching, you will also have access to put your coaches into those challenge groups in the beginning to grow your team, figure out how to run your team, and then as you grow and expand, you can branch out and make your own challenge groups. But we all have our challenge groups that you can fall back on too. So like I said, we also have our Zoom room that we get on, and then there's ongoing supports and trainings throughout your entire time as a coach. We're always learning. I don't know everything. So if I have a question, I can go to Rachel and say, hey, Rachel, I have a question. I don't understand. Or I go to someone else, or I go to Heather, or vice versa. There are so many people that you can reach out to continually grow and learn. As a coach, we also have a back office that has so many amazing trainings in there that just give you all of those extra supports and information that you can find. Am I missing anything that you ladies feel is important to go in with that? No?
I don't know. When I always talk about the community, I also like to talk about all the fun times we have together. Of course, since this is all of Canada and the US, and we have people mainly all over Canada, we have a few girls on our team from the US, but like we meet so often in person. Like we had a Christmas party, it was bomb, we all got drunk together, it was a great time. Like not everyone of course can make it. Some people live out on the East Coast and weren't able to make it. But like we also have the opportunity to meet at so many coaching events. And it's safe to say that honestly, some of the girls on my team that are on the Zoom call could potentially be my new best friends. Just saying. Like that's the community aspect. Like we're not just coworkers, we are best friends and family.
That is so true. Like, thank you for saying that, Heather. Because yes, like you'll find the people that you click with and connect with, and like you'll talk to them every day. Like honestly, so Adam, my partner, will say, he's like, you talk to those girls more than you talk to me sometimes, and we're quarantined together right now, guys. And I'm talking to them more than I'm talking to him.
I get to talk about the fun stuff. So, as I don't know about the rest of you, but vacations are expensive. And I used to sit back and think, like, we were married young, we had kids young, I would watch people go on vacation all the time and think, how the hell do they afford to go on vacation all the time? Like, how the frig are they doing this and still paying their bills and whatnot? And when I first started coaching, I thought I would never be able to earn one of those vacations ever. Like they're just for the top people in the network and the top producing coaches. And I took myself out of that altogether. I started coaching in February of 2017. And in March last year, I went on our first earned luxury vacation with Beachbody. And it was a cruise. I walked onto the cruise ship and I honestly had I just kind of stopped and had a full-on almost meltdown. And then Carl, our CEO, was there and I got to meet him pretty much as soon as I walked on the ship. And then I looked around and got to realize that every single one of those people that was on that vacation was exactly the same as I am. We were just showing up every single day, sharing our own journey, helping other people get started, and we get to earn these luxury vacations. So we were supposed to go to Punta Cana in March, and because of all of this virus crap, it was canceled, unfortunately, and our summit is canceled this year. The actual going to New Orleans is canceled, but there's something in the works. But we have Mexico to look forward to next year. And these trips are not just, your cheapy vacations that you go with your girlfriends because you want to get away. These are 5+ star luxury resorts. And you get to take a guest with you on those vacations. And they pull out all of the stops on these. Like, I didn't understand until I was there. So that's something that we work towards, and it's not that far-fetched. You can get there by helping 3 people a month. That's it. Very minimal to earn these vacations. And those are where we get to meet with the people that we see online every single day in that community. And we get to have fun and celebrate all of the stuff that we've done for the whole rest of the year, right? That's where we build those relationships and connections and community and all of that stuff. Summit is a whole other ball game. I went to my first summit when I was 4 months into coaching, and it completely changed my whole thought about this coaching opportunity. Watching people walk across the stage saying that they were $1 million earners with this business, and they looked exactly the same as I did. That's when I finally realized 4 months into this business that this was a life-changing opportunity that we have if you make the choice for it to be life-changing. So Summit is where we learn, we get to meet, we earn parties, we get to go with the trainers, we get to do photo shoots, we do all of that fun stuff while we're there. And again, we get to celebrate. We do a lot of celebrating when we are together because we all click together. We're all like best friends, like the girls said. And those are our big, big things. You see on the bottom where Heather made this beautiful presentation for us, and she marked on there where we get paid. So I am going to touch a little bit of money. Some people don't like to talk about the money aspect because a lot of people don't do this just for the money, but the income potential is there. We earn income by sharing our story and helping other people get started on their own journey with challenge packs and completion packs and subscriptions just to Beachbody On Demand. We can sell the apparel line. We can sell all of the other amazing products that we have. So we earn a 25% commission on all of those products. That's our first way that we get paid. There's more than one. So when you start to build a team and you go up the ranks and you hit emerald rank and you hit ruby and then you hit diamond and then so on up the ladder, you also get to earn what's called team cycle bonus. So I consider team cycle bonus as tip money, basically. So if you're a waitress or a bartender or anything like that and you get tips on your shift, that's what team cycle bonus to me is that extra money that you get on a paycheck. So last week, which ended yesterday for us, I had an extra $90 on my paycheck, American, just from team cycle bonus. That wasn't anything to do with my commissions. That wasn't anything to do with getting people started. That was just the extra money that comes in there. So that's our second way of earning money. When you hit 2-star diamond, which means that you have 2 diamonds underneath you, you get to start earning quarterly bonuses from the company, and they start at least $8,000 4 times a year. So that's just an extra bonus on top of your commissions, on top of your team cycle bonus, on top of the trips, all of that stuff. So that's the extra. You get more at 5-star, you get more at 10-star, and you get more at 15-star. But 2-star is where a lot of us want to focus our beginning on and get to that. Like, what would an extra $4,000 a year just for running your business do for you? Like, an extra $4,000 a year would pay off a lot of our debt, like, which is crazy to me. So that's some of the perks that come along with being a coach and sharing your journey and showing up every single day. So I would love to see all of you with us in Mexico next year so that we can have drinks by the pool. That would be exciting.
So just to quickly touch on the Mexico trip earning thing, people think it's so difficult to earn the trips, and I totally did too. But there was a girl last year who started coaching end of November, beginning of December, and earned the trip for this year in 2 months. 2 months. Earn the trip. New coaches can earn the trip way easier than old coaches can, because all you got to do is pull in Success Club. New coaches old coaches are competing with all the coaches in the network, and that's a lot. So all you guys that are currently new coaches on this call or are potential coaches, you guys have a fair shot at being in Mexico. Also, I didn't know that it was $4,000 when you hit 2-star, so I learned something new. I thought it was like $400. So quickly to just touch on what it takes to be a coach, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Consistency. You need to be showing up every single day on your stories, in your feed, when life gets tough, when you start a new job. It's difficult, don't get me wrong, but you need to be showing up in some aspect of your business every single day. showing people that this is your life and not your 9-to-5 job. This is not your Monday to Friday 9-to-5 job. This is your life. You need to be there 7 days a week, showing people that this is something that has changed your life and you freaking care about. If you show people that this is just a side hustle, which it is, for me, it totally is. I do not have any plans of making this a full-time job, but I still want those incomes, and I think I can do that, and I know I can do that. But you need to show people that this is a part of your life and it's not going anywhere. And if they don't like it, they need to leave. But you are looking for the people that have the same mindset as you. And you will find your people. And don't get me wrong, you will get lots of no's, but no's are good. No's are very good. But this is your life. You need to be consistent. And if you're wondering why you're not seeing success in this business, take a look in the mirror, because you're probably not doing what it takes. I personally figured out what it takes to be a coach in January. I started in July. It took me that long to figure out what it actually took. And I did, and I haven't gotten paid. I've gotten paid almost every single week since I figured it out. I have a clipboard of BATs, and there is 2 weeks out of all these weeks that I have not helped a person get started because I'm consistent. I am a flat line, bottom of the line example of consistency. There are girls that show up 100 times more than me. I am that bottom line, what it takes to start seeing results, and I could show up way more. So I consider myself a great example. If you're showing up as me, like the same amount as me, you're doing what it takes to see those results. If you're showing up less, you're not going to see them. It's just that. You need to be there every single day. Consistency is what it takes to be a coach, and confidence, but you build confidence as you build your business. I was not confident when I started. I got new girls on my team that are already talking on their stories. That took me months to do. It takes time, and you will get comfortable in your own skin. Trust me, posting the pictures I post on Instagram today were not something I ever dreamed of doing. But I also never dreamed that I'd be doing this. And I don't see a future without this in my life. So, consistency.
Can I jump in, Heather?
Yeah.
I just want to say that it's also okay to be absolutely scared, shaking in your boots, nervous, all of those feels. It's okay to feel that. We have all felt that. Like, I remember the first time I went to do a live video and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up. I can't do this. That's just part of my day now, guys. Like, now I'm thinking about different goals. And as you build your business and you grow, we like to call them puke goals. I know that sounds awful, but if it doesn't make you want to throw up, it's not big enough. So make those goals where you were too scared to tell your mom, you're too scared to tell your partner, you don't want to tell your best friend because they seem so far away from you, but they're really not. They're really not. So make sure you reach for those stars, and honestly, they will come true. If you put your mind to it and you believe and you just keep, right, Heather, you keep putting it out into the universe, it'll come back to you.
Yeah, honestly, I have experienced the universe having my back. Right now, me and Kira are currently sitting at a hold for a qualification for a huge rank in our business. We have so much on the line, like a free trip to Florida kind of on the line. And the universe has had my back every step of the way. I was not going to hit this goal. I hit it. I almost lost this goal. I got it back. I almost lost this goal again yesterday. A girl was like, I'm quitting. I was like, oh, okay. And I replaced her that same day, within hours. The universe has your back if you're willing to put in the work, and you just got to keep pushing forward. And to touch on unrealistic goals, the more unrealistic your goal is, the more likely you're going to hit it. My goal, unrealistic. So unrealistic. But I get one step closer every time I make them more unrealistic. Okay, I think this is you next, Rachel. If it will switch. No, went too far. No? You're up.
Technical difficulties. That's okay. So that just goes to show that you do not need to know anything about technology to be able to be a coach. Because when I first started, I had like 500 friends on Facebook, and I had 0 on Instagram because I didn't have Instagram at all. Like, so you don't need to, that just goes to show that. So your next steps to getting started, like Kira had touched on, when you choose to get started with the challenge pack, you have the option of signing up for free to be a coach at the same time that you purchase your challenge pack. So right now, in this month of May, all of our challenge packs are on for a super cheap price. Like, I wish it was this cheap when I got started with my coaching business, because it's insane, the discount that they have right now. So with a basic challenge pack, you get your 12 months access to your workouts. You get your first 30 days of our superfoods, or the performance line, which is our liquid energy or liquid gold for some people, or mom juice for some of us, and our post-workout shake. Exactly. New flavor comes on the 18th. So Monday. Yep. New flavor comes on Monday for that. So the basic pack gets you everything that you need to get started on building your journey and getting you started on sharing that and helping other people along the line. If you already have Beachbody On Demand, you have the option of signing up with what's called a completion pack, which would waive the coach sign-up fee as well and get you a 30-day supply of our superfoods or our pre and post-workout shake. Or there are other challenge pack options that you have as well that are also on for amazing discounts right now. Like, our 80-day obsession challenge pack is only $24 more than the basic package, and you're getting the colored containers that come with it. You're getting the discs, you're getting 2 sets of bands, you're getting all of the meal plan papers and all of that kind of stuff along with it. The Morning Meltdown 100 challenge pack, you're also getting the B100 book, and it's only $24 more. Like, the challenge packs this month to get started are absolutely insane. So sometimes I have questions people ask me about having to have inventory and buying a big startup kit and all of that kind of stuff. And one good thing with this business opportunity is you don't have to have any of that. The only product that you need to keep on hand is what you're going to use on your own journey. That's it. If you don't want to use, I have a cupboard full as well, because I use all of it as well. My husband uses it. My kids use it. It's part of our daily life now because it's so amazing. But you don't have to have all of this other inventory in your house. You don't have to buy a big kit full of stuff that you have to sell to your friends and your family to regroup your costs of signing up. Whatever you purchase yourself is what you're going to use on your own journey. So when you get that challenge pack, that coach fee is completely 100% waived. It's a $50 Canadian savings when you get that challenge pack, and that allows you to open a business. I don't know about you, but I've never been able to open a business for $162. Like, it's absolutely amazing this month. So reach out to the coach that sent you here. Reach out to the coach that added you to the coaching opportunity tonight so that you can discuss those options with them. If you don't want to get started with Beachbody On Demand, you can get started with one of the nutrition programs like Kira talked about, because we have 2 absolutely amazing nutrition programs that don't involve any exercise at all, that people are still seeing amazing results from. And they're all on sale this month too. So like, this month is a crazy, amazing month to get started. And our team is absolutely like blowing up. I can't believe how much our team is expanding in the last couple of months. But yeah, so those are a few of your options to get you started on your own journey and get you started with the coaching opportunity as well.
Yes, you killed that. And if your coach is awesome like me and these other 3 girls, they will probably be able to find you a $12 off promo code because you get 3 of them when you sign up as a coach in your first month. So I always steal my discount coaches. So now we're just going to kind of do some Q&A. So I guess we should probably open it up to you guys first to see if you have any questions, but we also have some on hand from people that send us messages as well. Don't be afraid to unmute your dogs. Okay. Also, can I just touch on the fact that this is my job and I'm drinking? What kind of job gets to do that?
It's a great job.
I've been hammered doing this job. It's great. Wow, we didn't even lose anyone. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna read a few questions, and if anyone kind of thinks of some as we go through, please just interrupt me and ask away, okay? So I have a few questions that are frequently asked questions, and I have a few questions that I was reached out just inquiring about as well. So one of the questions I have is, I work full-time, how am I going to work this business? So we talked a little bit about how a lot of us do have full-time jobs. So like I said, I'm a massage therapist. So I work, I normally see about 7 clients a day. So that's 7 hours of just client time, plus about 15 minutes of paperwork, office stuff, all that extra stuff, plus trying to like eat my lunch and whatever. So I really work well in pockets of my day. So I get up in the morning, I do my own stuff. So I do my workouts, I do my professional development, all that stuff. And I like to do an hour of coaching before I go to work. While I'm at work, when I have some downtime, or if a client's a little bit late, or I am able to flip my table over, clean up and all that stuff quicker, I normally can get out 3 to 5 invites or connections or whatever that may look like for me. So I tend to work in pockets. And then we as a team have started doing nightly calls at 7:30 to do a guided power hour. Those have been really successful for a lot of people because they are learning and working out what works best for them to run their business. So it's just a breakdown of what you should be doing in that hour, because you can literally run this business in 1 hour of your day, which is amazing. So I really like to highlight that. If you're busy, take an hour. We can all find an hour in our day, just like we can all find 20 minutes to half an hour for our workouts. Get up earlier.
Can I just touch on that too?
Yeah.
So I personally don't work good in pockets of my day because it sometimes takes me a little longer to figure out what I want to do and like how I'm going to get down to it. Like I take a while to get focused. So I personally wake up at the crack of Christ at 5 a.m. and I work for about an hour and a half. I send out the hard stuff that no one likes to do. I don't do it when I get home from work. I will not be doing it tonight. I send out my invites and I make my follows. And then I save the fun stuff for when I get home. So like following people is super easy. It takes like 5 minutes. And like all like the stuff I don't mind doing. And then I tend to be answering my conversations when I get the time. So like on break, at lunch, I answer the conversations that seem to be super important. And then at the end of the night and in the morning, I also answer all the not so important ones.
And just so you are aware, guys, if you are a 5 a.m.er, I am over here. I like to get up early. There are people on Zoom ready to do it with you.
And if you're not a 5 a.m.er, you can become one, because I personally was not a 5 a.m.er. And now I just realized that I need to get up at 5 a.m. because I start work at 7 and I get home at 5:30 and I have no time because then I go to bed at like 8 o'clock. So you need to find time in your day that works for you because you have it. You have 24 hours in a day. You sleep for like 8. You have it. Just figuring out when your time is.
I'm the same as both of these ladies as well. So like I said in the beginning, I work full time. So I work 9-hour days. I have 3 kids that are in, 2 or 3 different sporting activities. My husband works all evening, so I'm stuck running them here, there, and everywhere. So I get up in the morning and I brush and at least an hour of work. Then I put it away and I do my workout and I'm out the door and off to work. And then I work throughout pockets in my day. And then once the kids go to bed, that's time for me to do a little bit more work. And then I shut down for the night. It's all about finding what works for you. Every single person is going to run this business differently. There's 400,000 coaches. There's 400,000 different ways to run this business. So it's just all about finding that sweet pocket of what works for you and your life and getting into that rhythm. And like Heather said, being consistent AF at it.
And you'll learn what consistent is, because if you're not seeing the results, then you're not being consistent. It's tough love. It totally is. And like, I know I'm so hard on my girls, but I'm just trying to show them that it is tough. You have to figure out what works for you. And I know some people get it handed to them in this business because they're super beautiful and everyone wants to be like them. But I personally think that being a true example, like I get compliments on the daily saying, you are such an inspiration. You're not fake. You're real. I love it. And it makes me so happy. Like, of course, some people aren't ready yet, but they will be one day.
Those are all amazing answers. Okay, so the next question I have is, where is our selling market? So we can sell to people in Canada, the US, the UK, and France is coming. I don't think we can sell there just yet, but it's like in the works, like it's so close. So those are kind of like the demographics that we can look at. Now, if someone were to say, coach with us, be a Beachbody Challenger, and they were going overseas, perfect. You can take it with you. You can either download your workouts and pre-take them with you, or you can, so I'm from Canada, so because I have a Canadian IP address, my stuff will still work as long as I'm connected to Wi-Fi wherever I am. So your stuff can come with you. If you don't want to take your weights with you, don't. Use water bottles, use canned food, use like whatever. You just make it work. So that's really important to know.
Yeah, we have lots of girls that decided to travel. Like Riley is such an inspiration on that. She packed her bags and traveled to Europe, I think, and all these
10 weeks.
for so long. And that's how she afforded it, was coaching. She didn't have a job. She quit her job and she stayed on this trip for way longer than she expected because she had an income and was able to. And she came home. And now
Yeah. So in saying that, so like Adam and I really like Adam and I really like to travel as well. And it's awesome. Like we are hikers and backpackers, as I talked about in the beginning. So we don't go and stay at fancy resorts and expensive places that always have Wi-Fi. So my stuff gets charged in the car that we rent or wherever we're staying, up at a campsite where we're staying, and all of my stuff is downloaded so I can work out on our campsite. It might sound ridiculous, but if I don't start my day with my workout, my entire day is thrown off. Even if I plan on hiking for 7 hours, if I don't do that workout in the morning, my entire day is done. So it's doable. Okay.
Also, it's like a side note on that. I know people, like I get messages all the time on this, is people are like, I don't have time to work out every day. Well, good, don't. You don't have to work out every single day. I haven't worked out in like 2 weeks, to be completely honest. I did like a 10-minute ad video yesterday. Like I've been so busy that I don't have time, but I'm still showing up and showing people that I care about this. And I'll get back to it eventually, but I need to get there. Right now, I care more about my business than my fitness, but I'll get back. It'll be cool. But you don't have to work out every day. Like most of our programs are only 4 to 5 days a week anyways. And you don't have to do them 4 to 5 days a week. If you miss a day, you miss a day. It doesn't matter. It's online. You have 24-hour access 7 days a week. Like,
what I want to say is just don't get too far off track, because if if you say, oh, I'll work out tomorrow, I'll work out tomorrow, I'll work out tomorrow, then 4 months goes by and you haven't done anything. So just like
Excuses.
keep that in your mind. Like Heather's been really busy with her job and like changing, like after being quarantined and then changing routines, like it happens, but just make sure that you kind of hone in and come back to what you came here for, because you came here originally to take care of yourself.
I will say it's really hard to go from doing nothing to doing a lot. But like when I started these programs, working out, working 10-hour days, I did it as a full-time job. I started with a full-time job. But then I went from being a lazy student to being in quarantine to going to working 12-hour days. It's a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah.
I also can't.
So another question I have is, what if I don't like the shakes? Okay, shakes aren't for everyone. If you don't like them, you don't like them. We have lots of flavors. We have vegan shakes and we have whey shakes. There is a huge difference in flavor from whey to vegan, number one. And then, as Heather is showing you, we have so many other products that you can utilize instead of shakes. Energize or mom juice, go-go juice, whatever you'd like to call it, that is my number one. I drink shakes every day, but I also get energized. So if shakes aren't for you, don't get them. Or try them in a different way. I recently discovered I can make my chocolate superfoods into mug cakes. Excuse me, dessert that also gives me my veggie servings? Yes, please. 100% I'll take that.
Sounding better.
So there's lots of ways. So if you guys have coaches or you yourself don't like them, go to the team and we will throw recipes at you. Go on to our Shakeology website piece on Bought on Demand. There are recipes on there. Go to the, what is it called? They have, words are hard right now, guys. Hold on.
Describe
what is that thing called where all these people post things?
the blog.
Yeah.
Yes, the blog.
Okay.
There are lots of recipes on the blog as well. So there's lots of options. Oh my gosh. Apologize. My bad.
Yeah, like even touching on the shakes, like I started drinking them just with like almond milk, and then I tried mixing them with like peanut butter and stuff. Like they don't even taste the same. Like you wouldn't even think you're drinking the same thing. Like you can make them however you want.
So in the beginning, I was that person that didn't like Shakeology. Completely 100% honest. I hated the taste of it. And I knew the benefits of it, and it's an amazing product. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to like plug my nose and chug it down and get through this, and it'll be fine. And because our bodies are so used to artificial sweeteners and artificial flavors and all of those things that are in all of the products that we buy every single day, our taste buds have no idea what real food tastes like. They have absolutely no idea what real flavor of food tastes like. So that's why my body hated it. It was so desensitized to what food tasted like that it didn't like it. It took me 30 days. It took me the whole bag to get through. And now my body physically craves the nutrients and all of that kind of stuff in it. And I make it into, very rare do I have it as an actual shake. I make it into mug cake and peanut butter cups and cookie dough and oats and waffles and pancakes and all of that kind of stuff every single day so that it tastes like dessert. But it's good for me. Like
cheesecake.
You can make it. There is a recipe on the blog. Yeah, there is a cheesecake recipe on the blog.
Like you can make Shakeology into your dessert. That's what most people actually do. They drink it or eat it at like 8 o'clock at night before they go to bed instead of having chips or chocolate.
So I am still someone, so I have Shakeology in the morning. I tend to drink it as a smoothie. I am spoiled. I have a partner who makes my smoothie for me in the morning because I'm not a morning person and I wouldn't eat breakfast without it. So he'll get up and he'll go am I making Shakeology this morning? And I'll go, yes, please. And then it's literally delivered to me at the table, and it's wonderful. So I do drink mine as a smoothie, but we found the recipe that we like, and it works. Okay, I think we've killed Shakeology, so we're going to move forward with the next question.
So good.
I know. So the next question I have is, I have an injury. How can I do this? So like I was saying earlier, there are so many different levels of fitness. We can literally go in and we can go, okay, beginner, intermediate, whatever. We have yoga. You can modify anything. All of our programs, guys, have modifiers. They have the actual program. Some of them have advanced, like people to advance it, so it's harder for you. And we also have a lot of programs that also require no equipment, which is great because especially in this time of quarantine where we can't go out to the store and get weights, we've been able to send a calendar to people who can still do workouts with no equipment necessary. So there's lots of options. And if you have an injury, talk to your coach. They can help you figure out what is going to work best for you because most of us have done a lot of the programs. So it's doable. And then the last thing I want to quickly touch on is just what are our favorite programs? So I asked Rachel and Heather, and I myself, I would like you all, or both of you plus myself, to share the programs that we are doing that are our favorite and why.
Okay, you go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so my favorite program, so I'm doing bar right now. I am loving it. It's very humbling. But I think my favorite program, and I feel like I will always go back to it, is Lift 4. I love Lift 4. I'm sorry if that was both of yours as well, but I loved that it was 4 days a week. I loved that it was strength training because I love to lift weights. I love to feel strong, and you can always challenge yourself. When it's easy, you go up in weights. If it's a hard day, you just go down in your weights. And I loved the aspect of it and how it was run.
I personally loved Lift 4 as well. I liked it because it was so challenging and literally anyone could do it and have the challenge because you can go up with weights. It definitely is one of my favorite programs. But I definitely am the type of person that doesn't have a favorite program. I definitely do have ones that I hate. But like I'm super excited to actually try out the 10 rounds. I thought I was going to hate it because I suck at boxing, but the way it makes me feel and how sore I get after doing it, sadly I can't do it yet because I don't have access to it. But I also liked bar. I thought I would also hate that program because
humbling.
I'm not a dancer. I don't have moves, but the results, and it's so low impact and the workouts go by so quickly because they're 30 to 40 minutes and you're having fun. I don't know. There's so many good programs. There's like 100 to pick from. And they're always coming out with new ones. I'm so excited for the new one that's coming out. That's going to be my favorite program, actually.
The new ones are my favorite.
The new ones are my favorite, too.
I say that every single time a new program comes out, like that this is my favorite program or this is my favorite program. So I've always been a hardcore. The harder the program, the better it is. So I'm talking Insanity, Insanity Max 30, Insanity Asylum, like the really crazy, make you want to puke programs. Then Bar come out.
Is it your favorite?
Bar has been my favorite program. I did 2 complete rounds of Bar, and I'm amazed how much stronger I am, just even in my core and my legs and all of that stuff, from using 2-pound weights and not having to jump, because I've chosen to do the program completely low impact and not do any of the jumping and anything like that to go with it. And I'm completely humbled, like Kira said, every single time I do one of those workouts and I can't finish the whole workout. without stopping. Like,
Yeah, I could only do it with 1 pound weights the first time going through it.
Still drop my weight.
2 pounds. That's it.
The arm ones?
My 4-year-old will come over to me and ask me, how come you're using my weights, Mom? Because I'm using those are her weights. And yeah, so she asked me, that's my all-time favorite program, and I will be going back to it once I finish 10 rounds.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, those are all the questions I have. Do either of you left have questions?
We lost a lot of people.
Okay.
Definitely went long. Usually sneak peeks are like 10 minutes, but we gave you all the info. A whole hour's worth.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you all joining us, whether you had a drink or not, and I hope that it was informative and just overall also entertaining. We like to be entertaining.
Rachel, maybe stop recording.